really great story of how I knew this macroeconomic trend was going to happen, and I was super brilliant. But we really just started by accident. We were selling excess inventory for businesses and selling our own electronics products on eBay, Amazon, Etsy, our own site. We just basically put software where it would sell across multiple sites all at once. And we had a customer approach us and said, hey, I don't really care about you guys selling stuff for us, but I would rather, can you just store it for me and I'll sell it because you're not that great at it, and then just ship it out for me once it sells. And we were like, okay. And then we went to my co-founder. I'm like, well, what do you think we should charge? He's like, $400 a week. Came back and I was like, hey, I'll give you $400 a week. He's like, okay. So then we had our first customer. And then we thought, well, maybe other people want this, because at one time we were actually looking for a fulfillment service, and it was so complex. They actually have like calculators on the site so you can figure out your margins. It's insane. The pricing's so difficult, and it take forever to get back to you with pricing quotes. So anyway, we just went on Craigslist and put out a bunch of ads with no business name, no business website, and by the first month we had about $3,000 in revenue, which we thought was awesome. We were like, oh, this is awesome. We're like extra money. And then that's how we started the business, and we've kind of been growing ever since then. So a big part of why we grow is that we're in a huge market. So in 2015, over $4.9 trillion was spent in the U.S. retail market, but only 7.3% of that was actually done online. So we're in a huge market with lots of room to grow. So the big problems in our market that we face is personalization, that there's actually brands out there that make you pay them just to take their logo off of your box, which is kind of crazy if you're building a brand. Second is cost. There just really isn't a cost structure set up to accommodate smaller to mid-sized businesses, which is why we had such a difficult time getting price quotes back for people, because they just didn't have anything set up in place for us. And third is monthly minimums. If you're a startup getting started, typically your sales are close to 1 or 0 because you're getting started. So a fulfillment service is a difficult option. You're really going to have to be, it's going to be difficult to find one. So because we're in such a big market, and because we solve really big problems within this market, we've been able to have month-over-month growth since we started the company just a little over 2 years ago. And